Hello there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Right, so this big screen review is about Demolition Man on 4K from Arrow. Now they did all the restoration work for this, so all the releases that there currently are the UK, Canada and the US, and they're all released by Arrow. So I've done an unboxing for this, so I'll leave a link for that in the description below. You can check that out if you like. But now for the review and what I thought of it. You know what? Wow, I was really good to see this film again. I hadn't seen it for, well, very long time. I think I only ever had it on DVD, which I seem to have gotten rid of, but I never upgraded to Blu-ray. So seeing it on 4K for the first time on my big screen was just wonderful experience. It looks exactly how I imagined seeing it in the cinema would have been like. Quite a dense grain structure, but not an intrusive one. It just looked nice. All the detail that you want to be in a picture is there. Color grading and the HDR and everything, they seem to have just got beautifully. So the look on my projector that I saw on my screen was, to me, exactly how the original film looked. Now I didn't see it in cinema, so I don't really have, you know, any recollection of it, but having seen lots of films from this era, and they've all got this particular look about them, and this holds up to that, and it just looked really nice and sort of refreshing. And so no, it's not going to be one of your James Cameron ultra digital, ultra clean looking 4Ks, but it's just going to be a nice looking image, and that's really all we want from these 4Ks. They need to look as close to the original source material as possible, and I think this 4K does that. As I said, it was great to see again, and picked up a few more things that I'd never really noticed before, partly because seeing it with fresh eyes and seeing it on my big screen. Watching films on my screen really helps me understand more about what the story is trying to tell us. Sometimes you see details that you just don't really get on a TV, just because the image is so small, even if it's a 65 or an 85-inch TV. You know, my screen is over 100 inches and I'm only sat 2.5 meters away from it. So yeah, you just get to see certain things because they're more obvious, they're more in your face kind of thing. So where was I? Right. Had a phone call. Anyway, so what I remember about watching this film, you've got the two factions. You've got the ultra clean and ultra living above the, you know, ground world, and then of course you've got the scraps, the people underground that don't want to conform to this society that's been created, and you know, that's where the graffiti comes from that we see get sprayed and disappear, like the sticker in the box set, and that kind of thing. And you know what, watching it this time, I actually watched it with my wife and she'd never seen it before. We both came to the conclusion that we identified more with the underground stuff because it was more humane. It was just people getting on, people just doing their thing, and, you know, not trying to be perfect all the time, and just trying to sort of enjoy themselves and live. And that everything above ground would just seem so artificial. And I think every time I've seen this film, I've kind of had this unease, but not necessarily known what it was. But like when John Spartan, when they go underground, the three of them, and he wants a beer and a burger. When he eats the burger, he's just so sort of relieved, oh, proper food kind of thing, and he doesn't care that it's a rat burger when he finds out, and that sort of thing. So I just, yeah, it just sort of clarified that what is more natural to us now just seems to sit better when it's on screen kind of thing, even though it is a bit grimy, and of course it shows poverty and that kind of thing. I'm not saying I want to be in poverty, I don't. I just want to be human. I want people to be human and just live together and share and love each other and all that kind of thing. But anyway, it's a fantasy film, so it's a future that hopefully we don't ever have, especially if the restaurant that dominates going out for a meal is Taco Bell. Now, there is 2 cuts on this film. There is an international cut, and I found out from one of the comments that in my unboxing that this international cut, all that's different is they replaced Taco Bell with Pizza Hut. And it's like, okay, you know what? I've never ever seen the Pizza Hut version. Here in the UK, I've only ever seen the version with Taco Bell in it. And I understood the joke immediately. 1993 this film came out, and I first went to the States in 93, but I may have seen a Taco Bell, but I never went there. And it wasn't until 1998 that we went back and we went to Florida, and I did go to a Taco Bell and I really enjoyed it. That but I already understood the joke. So why they felt they needed to change it to Pizza Hut for the rest of the world, I don't know. Maybe it helped, maybe it didn't. But like I said, I've never seen the Pizza Hut cut before, so I've not seen these images. And as you can see in the background, they didn't get rid of all the Taco Bell signs. It's still there in some of the shots, but and when you see him say Taco Bell, but they dub it with Pizza Hut, it just looks silly. But never mind. So yeah, great fun watching this film. I'm sure hopefully it won't be too long before I decide to sit and watch it again. And it's just a great 90s action film. It's Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone at the sort of the height of their at their peak. Now, I watched one of the bonus items. There's a 2024 bonus item, and I think there's a few actually, but this particular one talks about how it was kind of Stallone's revival. So having had the success with the first 3 Rambo films and the first 5 Rocky films, his career was starting to sort of wane a bit and sort of fall by the wayside. Whereas his big on-screen competitor Arnold Schwarzenegger had gone on and done things like Twins and Kindergarten Cop, and was still having great success and sort of branching out away from these big action films. Stallone wasn't. And I can't quite remember when Dredd came out, but whether it was before or after this, but this film just seemed to sort of revitalize Stallone's career again. It showed that he could do a lot more than what he'd previously done. And yeah, I think it does showcase quite a range in his acting. So it's, like I said, great experience, really nice package from Arrow, and just a really nice presentation. Now, there wasn't any HDR10 on the disc, so I could only watch it in standard HDR, but it does say there's Dolby Vision, so hopefully that is the case. Yeah, sorry I don't have any comparison pictures for you, but I believe there are some other videos online of comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K. So anyway, I hope you like that. Please give it a thumbs up, and let me know if you're getting this box set. Let me know if you can't wait to see it, or let me know if you haven't even seen the film before. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and make sure you set your notifications to all, because if you just subscribe, then you may not get my videos, and it kind of seems a bit pointless subscribing and not watching my content. So please subscribe, please set your notifications to all, and go and check out my playlists. I've got a really big variety of videos for you to watch, and maybe learn something from. Anyway, before I waffle on, till then, take it easy.